Hi and welcome. This is the info session for the Winter Yoga Retreat, Heart to Heart, with me, Connie Pastorius of Pastorius Fitness, and the team that you see here. And what we're going to do tonight is introduce you to the team that is going to be running the show in February. And then I'm going to take you through a typical information session about the retreat itself, the amenities, the food, the yoga. You're going to learn it all. And then at the end, for anyone who's watched this replay or live, is going to have a special offer. So stay around for that. So I want to get right to it and introduce the team. They're going to give you a brief introduction, and then we'll continue. So, Gina, I would love for you to start us off.
Hello. I'm Gina Hickling, and I'll be the lead yoga teacher for the retreat. It's my third retreat teaching with Connie, but I have been teaching yoga retreats for over a decade. And that was in India and in Thailand, where I lived at a traditional yoga ashram, Sri Kali Ashram, studying traditional Tantra yoga. And I also have taught in America in studios and privately, but I really love retreats because we can dive really deep and I can know you're all getting just a really good experience out of it. I also it's a mom and me yoga retreat, so I'll say that I did start teaching when my son was just a few months old after I'd done a training, and now he's 14, so I've been teaching for 14 years. That's how I can remember easily. Um, I don't know if there's anything else I need to tell you now or pass it on.
I say pass the baton.
Yeah.
Popcorn, Diana.
Hi, everybody. I am Diana Manalang, and I am the chef and owner of Little Chef Little Cafe in Long Island City. This will be my second time joining Connie for a retreat, and it is my honor and pleasure to be able to feed everyone such nourishing and delicious meals and snacks in between all of the yoga-ing. That's a verb, right? All of the
Mhm.
yoga-ing and meditating and all of the wonderful things that you get to do and experience through this whole retreat. So while Gina takes care of your physical and mental well-being, I take care of your delicious well-being. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Diana. And I can't wait to hear you talk more about the food aspect of the retreat in a little bit. Popcorn Anu.
Hi everyone, my name is Anu, owner of Gugu Gaga Gymboree, also certified special ed teacher. I'm also licensed daycare director. I'm also a parent, which is why I'm very excited about this retreat because it's a chance for moms to get to work on themselves while their children have good childcare. Um, I'm excited to have your children there, and I hope that you sign up.
Thanks, Anu. I'm really excited to have Anu in this program because she and I met a few times because we're in the same mom group, but she also hosted my daughter's birthday party, and it was just such a magical, special experience. And I have um, been waiting for the opportunity to collaborate with her on something like this. So I am so confident that it's going to be really special. So I want to get right into the presentation and show you guys a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So let's get right into it. We're going to the wonderful world of Canva. Okay, so I brought it all the way back to the end because I am a human being. So welcome. This is the Heart to Heart live Q&A, and we are going to go right through and waste no time. So we are going to learn, you learned about us. We're going to tell you a little bit more along the way. I'm going to talk to you about the retreat experience itself, the amenities, the yoga, the children's program. We're going to talk about pricing and a special offer. And of course, we're going to talk about the food. So I'm going to take the chance to introduce myself, which I could take up the entire half an hour just telling you my story. But long story short is that I've been a fitness coach for over 12 years. I've had 100 different versions of Pastorius Fitness, including the Strong as a Mother coaching program, which some of you might recognize me from. I was teaching moms how to live sustainable, healthy lives, mostly New Yorkers, mostly Astoria moms. And once I had my second child, I decided to switch gears a little bit. The coaching, the Strong as a Mother, that it was my heart and soul, but it also was a lot of work and hours. So in order for me to be able to spend more time as a mom, and take care of my own health, I started Well To Do, which now focuses more on the events aspect of wellness. So I create physical, mental, social wellness experiences for the healthy-minded New Yorker and anybody else in the tri-state area, if not farther, who wants to hang out with us. So I live in Astoria with my husband, my dogs, my two wonderful children, and I am just elbow deep into fitness. I run marathons. I am a mentor for Team for Kids charity. I love traveling. I love doing these retreats and spending these very concentrated amounts of time with people and getting to know them and getting to the root of the change they want to make and the lives they want to live. So we are the drop in the water that creates the ripple effect to living healthy lives. So let's talk about the retreat. This one I decided to have in Harriman, New York, when I was looking at mansions and castles on Airbnb, because I didn't know that was a tab, but apparently it is. This house is 7,000 square feet, which is like 7 of my apartments in New York City, and it's incredible. This one is clearly amazing sled riding opportunities, and it is just an hour away from New York City. Real quick drive up the Palisades Parkway, and a very easy route to get to from no matter what direction you're coming. So the winter retreat theme is introspection and connection, which is a mouthful, but basically that means turning inwards to look at ourselves and then connecting outwards with our children. The last retreat, you see a picture on the right of our group photo, it was a fall retreat. So that one was about letting go. So every season has a special theme. And this one I'm really, really looking forward to, because winter, sometimes it gets a bad rap if you're a warm weather person, but we really are taking the chance to cozy up by the fireplace, eat nourishing, warm, yummy food, practice yoga together, and turn our focus inwards. So the house itself has 8 bedrooms. It is massive. It is a pre-Civil War house. I took a tour of it myself just a month ago, and the way the owner talked about how she added these special touches and made it really luxurious just made me fall in love with the place by how she described the rooms to me. Most of them are what looks like the picture on the left, so queen size bed or larger. They're all private. Some have private bathrooms, some have shared bathrooms, and we'll place people based on priority of when you book and request. You can request anything in particular. That's all part of the registration process. And we also have this beautiful 3rd floor room, which they call the reunion room, which can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people at a minimum. And I think it'd be great for a group of friends and their kids to stay together, or, 2 siblings and their parents, or 2 siblings and their own kids. So I was really taken aback and impressed with the options and the opportunities for this space. There's plenty of room. As you'll see on the left side, this is where a lot of the children's activities and programming is going to take place. We have a wood stove, we have a television, a baby grand piano, and on the complete other side of the room and of the property, the complete other side of the property is one of the biggest rooms in a house I've ever seen. So the couch is going to move, the ping pong table is going to move, and we are going to have a big, beautiful room to practice our yoga in that is just flooded with sunlight. I couldn't believe it when I walked into this room and saw how big it was. So speaking of yoga, I want to have Gina take over and talk a little bit about the practice itself. So Gina?
The type of yoga I teach is traditional Kaula Tantra yoga that I studied in India. It is, I liked yoga before I studied it, and then when I got there and I learned this, I went, oh, this is yoga. It feels so good. It makes so much sense. And that, I think a lot of people know yoga means union, and it really has a way of connecting you to yourself, which goes along with introspection and connection. One thing we always said was that yoga is the science that teaches the body to meditate. So as we go through the practice, you're getting all these physical benefits. It looks like the yoga, you're stretching, you're you're doing different poses. It's recognizable. It's nothing wild. But all the while I'm coaching you to let go, relax, go deeper into yourself. So at the same time, you're getting a very sweet experience of yourself, which is hard these days when everything is distracting, and we're all mothers, and that's always distracting. So I really look forward to being able to share this particular type of yoga with the group in a retreat setting and with mothers. The past few retreats, it's gone really well, and yeah, I look forward to sharing it again.
Thanks, Gina. And I'll also mention that Gina and I have been friends for almost our entire lives. And through different paths, we both found yoga unrelated to each other. And one day Gina came back to our hometown and was teaching a yoga class in the park that we used to play softball in. And I said, Gina, the next time you go to India, like take me with you. I teach yoga too. And she's like, okay, I'm going back in October. And I was like, oh. So I tagged along, and it was an incredible experience. I fell in love with the practice itself, and I had a really special experience in India that maybe someday we'll bring everybody back to, so they can experience it as well. But for this yoga, it is incredibly relaxing. It is as much effort, I think, as you want to put into it. The word relax shows up a lot. A lot. And
Yeah, one thing I want to add in, for some people might not like yoga or find it intimidating. For those people, I would say, give this a try. It's very accommodating to all bodies, all abilities, wherever you're at. But then when I say that, some people might say, oh, I want a serious yoga retreat. It's also that. So it's really adjustable to wherever you are. You're going to have a very deep experience. And I talked more about like the internal meditation and peace, but it's also working every part of your body, muscles and bones, but then also your nervous system, your hormone system. It's working to balance all these things.
yes, that's absolutely perfect. Thank you, Gina. And if there are questions about the yoga or that Gina could answer, we can either get to them at the end, or we can have you connect with Gina directly, because she's super friendly and happy to take an email.
I am.
Yeah, she is. So that was the little intro to the yoga. And next I would like to hand it over to Anu to talk a little bit about the children's program. So take it away, Anu.
Hi, friends. So we're going to have, first of all, we accept students of all capabilities and all levels, which means we also accept children that are neurodivergent. We'll have plenty of activities that are parallel to what Connie and Gina will be teaching. They're in sync with the theme of the retreat itself. Your children will be highly engaged. We'll have plenty of hands-on activities, also moments where they will have quieter activities where they can also try to look inwards and understand what their parents are doing there, what their moms are doing there. The children will also be involved in the process. because you'll have moments during the day when you get to spend time with your child as well. So it'll be nice to see parents do something that's for them, but also with their child, because that's something that I was looking for. I do have a son of my own. He's 9 years old. I was very interested in Connie's retreats, and one of the things that brought me uh, on board here was that I can have my son there with me, which is something that I prefer. Everyone may not prefer that. If you don't prefer that, you can come without your children. But if you prefer to show up with your children, just know that they'll be in excellent hands.
Thank you, Anu. And yes, like you said, the children aspect was a big limiting factor for a lot of parents who did want to come, but they either for one reason or another can't leave it with their partner, or they don't have a partner or a caretaker to leave them with to have this experience, which is why there's a large amount of retreat time dedicated to just the mom having her special yoga experience and the kid having their special adventure as well. But then something that comes up often with the clients that I coach is when I'm asking, why do you want to make these changes? Why do you want to live a healthy lifestyle? It always comes up that I want my kids to live a healthy life. I want to be an example for my kids. And you can go and do these yoga retreats, and it's amazing. I do these too, just the mom retreats. But the ability for you to be in real time when you are learning yoga, when you are practicing mindfulness, when you're preparing healthy meals and all the stuff that we are going to be doing together, you're giving your children the lead by example and these memories of, oh, I went to a yoga retreat with my mom when I was little. Like, that's not something I have. That's not something a lot of people my age don't have. And to just be able to be in real time and have these experiences together, you're doing really great work with your kids just by having them there.
Right. Earlier, Connie, when you were explaining to me on a private phone call what the retreat looks like and what the amenities are there, my son was actually listening in, and he was very excited for himself. He's like, "Oh, I get to do all that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you do." So children will have a really good time.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited to see your son and spend some time with him too. And that brings me to another important note, is that parents are asking me, like, how old are the kids that are coming? And the answer is we are accommodating a wide range. There's some retreats that only allow children of a very specific age bracket. And thanks to Anu and for what she does for a living, she's completely confident and comfortable with working with a range of ages with children, correct?
Correct. And we'll also have a good student to teacher ratio. So we're going to bring other people on board as we understand more of the number of children that will be signing up for the program. So we'll have someone in place to cater to each age group, or a specific group of ages together. So your children will be engaged in age level activities no matter what age they are. So if they're a little bit older, we'll give them activities that make them either junior helpers. If they're a little bit younger, they'll just have a caretaker there for them. So we are bringing on other people depending on the ratio that we get of children.
Great. And we are having, so before I go into the sample schedule, I will make a note that our additional children's program assistants are going to be fully CPR certified and background checked. So for the parents' peace of mind, these are people that do work in the childcare industry, and they have plenty of experience. Everybody that comes onto this program is people that I would trust my own children with being hands down. Thank you, Anu. So I wanted to go through like a really quick example of a sample schedule. And this is going to change depending on, again, the age of the children and what the weather looks like. But what I wanted to specifically highlight was the times where the parents are with the children. So you see example, Saturday morning, we're going to do just like a little sunrise yoga and stretch, like something that the kids can be there. We are just breathing, moving, nothing too deep, just very easy. Good morning, and pajamas are 100% encouraged. I will definitely be in them myself. And then 7:30 to 8:30, we're just going to do like a nice light morning breakfast that Diana will have set up for us, that you can just, pick and choose and have as much or as little as you want in the dining area. And then by 9 o'clock is when we split. So the children's program begins at 9, and 15 minutes later, the moms go to their yoga class. The kids have a mid-morning snack with Anu, with the team during the childcare program. The mom's brunch is just for moms, and the kids have their lunch just with the kids. And then we have our yoga workshop. So the discussions and the journaling and talking about introspection and our practice, we have that after brunch. And then by 1 o'clock, the children's program ends. So you ask your kiddo how their day went, and you throw on your boots, and we go to a nice guided hike in Harriman State Park, which is it's really minutes away. We're literally looking at the state park in the mountains. And then we come back for an afternoon snack and have dinner together. And then again, we split up. Mom has a nice evening yoga practice, and the kids, again, age dependent, have a movie night, or we can have baby monitors if the kiddos need to be in bed by then, and have our staff watching and making sure everything's okay with them. So I wanted to make it clear that whenever we, are talking about pricing, this is an all-inclusive experience. Everything is included: your 2-night stay, all the activities that we have scheduled, all of the amenities and access to the property, but we're not going to use the pool in February. The hot tub will be open and ready for us. Any arts and crafts, any s'mores and campfire activities, all of the food, everything is included that you pay for in the price. And there always ends up being more activities than we have time to do. So you're never going to be bored. There's always going to be a chance to either relax and unwind, or pick up a paintbrush, or take a hike, or maybe grab a sled, weather willing. So one of the favorite things, according to previous participants, is what we're going to talk about next, which is the food. So Diana, I'd love you to pop in and talk about your wonderful, wonderful food.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, again, I am the chef and owner of Little Chef Little Cafe. Our cafe is about 4 years old, but prior to opening the cafe, I actually ran my own meal prep business, which is still alive today. And we've expanded that to kids meal prep as well. I may be the only one in the group who's not a mom, but I consider myself the neighborhood auntie, as we make all of the lunches for learning centers in our area, cupcakes for celebrations, and we also partner with an after-school enrichment program in which we teach a once-a-week cooking class to kids of all ages, normally from 4 years old to 12 years old. So the food itself, as you can see from this beautiful slide that Connie put together, that's an example of a real life breakfast that we have laid out for you. It's, during the intake process, Connie does send a form that informs us of any dietary restrictions, preferences, allergies, which we take into consideration, and which we will also take into consideration for your children. We will have what everyone calls kid-friendly food at the retreat, but in my eyes, all food is kid-friendly food. We'll also have some interactive meals with the kids where they will be able to actually put their own meals together and learn about the nutritional value of the food, and how it doesn't just taste good, but it makes us feel good, and how it fuels our body, which kind of goes hand in hand with everything that everyone's doing for the whole weekend, which is why it is one of my favorite events that we do. And I am so looking forward to feeding everyone. And the best part is, once the physical retreat is over, any food that we do have, which I always make sure to have extra, we send you home with, so that you can actually enjoy being home and not having to worry about what's for dinner that night. What am I going to feed the family or myself later? We want you to carry that full nourishing experience with you into the week as the retreat ends. And, that's what this whole learning process is for. So again, I am so excited to feed everybody. And if you have any questions about the type of cuisine that we'll be serving, please send them over to Connie and get them over to me. And you can hop on our website to see the kind of food that we serve every day if you're interested. And other than that, I am just ready to feed everyone.
Thank you, Diana. I'm completely honest in saying that whenever the surveys go out at the end of the retreat asking like, what was your favorite part? Time and time again, it's the food. It's the fact that they walked out of their yoga class and there were smoothies waiting, or they woke up in the morning and breakfast was on the table. And this is a retreat for moms. This is exactly what I know what I value, and that is not having to do dishes and not having to think about meals. So that's exactly the kind of experience that I give the participants of my yoga retreats, is that you just show up and you are taken care of from the moment you arrive. So here's another part that I wanted to share with you, and I hope that everybody who is watching this knows what Parks and Rec is. But we have a new addition to the yoga retreat offerings that I'm calling Treat Yourself, because bespoke experience just isn't my vibe. What is my vibe, though, is being able to spend lavishly on yourself and your wellness and your children. So what we are offering this time around, which is going to be incredible, is the opportunities to purchase upgrades and special treats like a personalized welcome gift basket curated all with local small business items. And this is all going to be done based on the intake form. How old are your kids? What do they like to do? What do you like to do to relax? Other items that we're going to have available will be Mom and Me matching loungewear from a local mom who has a Mom and Me loungewear business. Opportunities to have mani-pedis if it's something you've been putting off, or massage, and the things just keep coming. Opportunities just keep showing up. So that's something I'm really excited for. And there's a reason why I told you. So one of the final things we're going to talk about is the pricing, and you can find all of this information on the website. But for mom and one child is $1,540, and that is the total all-inclusive price. All the activities, the accommodation, all linens and like bath sets and whatnot. Those are all included. And childcare is included if you decide to book extra Treat Yourself activities, which is also awesome. So you can go get a mani-pedi and be left alone. And we'll coordinate all of that for you, so you don't have to worry one bit. So this is where we wrap up, and I give my special offer to anyone watching the info session is a $50 Treat Yourself credit if you book the retreat. And I'll know who watched this replay and who participated. But Treat Yourself items range from $50 to $250. So no matter what, you are able to get something for free to create an extra special retreat experience for you and your little one. But that is where we would wrap up and offer any kind of questions. So for those watching, thank you so much for taking the time to listen in, and hopefully we are just about right at 30 minutes. So go to ConniePastorius.com to learn more, to sign up, and I am super accessible because I practically live on the internet. You can contact me. You can contact Anu or Diana either through me or through their sites as well. And I hope to see all of you at the retreat in February. Thank you.